that's a problem, So that's the thing, is you got to watch what you say. Very, very, you got to understand what words you're using. Go look up the word appear, okay? And it means something very specific. It's spiritual. That's why they say at the beginning of a court proceeding, all rise. They're not talking about the waters rising from the tides of blah, blah, blah. They're talking about spiritually all rise, okay? Or like the sun, the sun rises, right? Okay, so just pay attention to these things and know what you're saying. Never give up your rights. Make sure you reserve your rights at all times. Never give up the right to, never waive something just because it's convenient for you at that very present moment. Okay, because it's going to screw you in the long run, I guarantee it. That's what happens every time. Oh yeah, I'll waive my rights. Guess what? Next thing you find yourself, you're sitting in a jail cell. Okay? Never waive your rights. Never agree outright, and never disagree outright. Just make your point. Okay, that's what a courtroom is all about, is making your point, is arguing your point to a polish of a high sheen finish, right? I got that from Lentz. Basically, it's, you're basically honing and polishing, a sword, right? A sword is just words with the S on the front instead of the end. So you're polishing your words to a fine-tipped point that's reflective on the record, okay? Anyhow, so let me get into this. This is basically where I left off in part 2, where the public defender, had called to ask if he could approach the bench, and all three, the judge, the prosecutor, and the public defender, were having a private conversation. Like, I couldn't hear them. They pushed the microphone so it wasn't going on the record. But listen, they were having a private conversation about me, in private, away from my, where I could hear, in front of me. And what's going on here? Think about that. Who does that? That's like something that happens in grade school or high school, where a group of kids, the popular kids, go off and talk about you in secret and private and giggle about you, right? That's what that was. Who does that? Okay, and people say, well, conspiracy theorists, blah, blah, blah. That was a conspiracy. You had 3 people over there talking in private without my ability to be privy to it about me. That's a fucking conspiracy, motherfucker. Okay? So you conspiracy theorists who want to use that as some sort of derogatory thing, that's what that was. So anyhow, let me pick up where that left off, and I'll try not to talk through the whole thing here. Just let you listen. Oh, okay. That was the judge. Oh, okay. They're still talking.
I imagine you don't want me to proceed.
That was me to the bailiff. She seemed very nice, as far as the bailiff can go. She was, And just so you know, this little thing that I got running right here, it's just it's a guitar, it's an instrument tuner application, and it just kind of shows you how sound looks. Okay. This there's another, but this one relates to another video that I put out called For the Record, or there's another one I called out, but if you were happen to look through my playlist, my videos, you'll find it. They're still up there talking. And the video I have going on the TV up here. Okay.
We'll come back May 12th at 1:30 p.m. Here at 85 for the pre-trial conference.
Objection, Your Honor. I haven't agreed to have anybody represent me or my person or my body, and I understand, I'm aware that the court wishes to impose one upon me. However, this gentleman and this lovely lady here are pretty non-compliant in agreeing or speaking with me on any terms. And Mr. Otero was previously the individual I was who I had been establishing a relationship with, and they've been telling me that he was unavailable, and now here he is in hearing.
If I can just interrupt for 2 seconds, I'm going to be able to save us a lot of time. Okay? I'm very sorry. Your case is assigned to me. Your case is very important.
I realize.
Case that I had to handle.
No worries. No
I'm
worries.
gonna continue to take care
I
of it.
don't have.
Come back on Friday, and we're going to see if we're going to declare the doubt.
Yes.
It's going to happen on Friday.
Well, see, my problem
Yeah,
is,
we're
as a
prepared.
man, I continually come to appear in this courthouse for charges of which there is no victim. There's
Okay,
no.
hang on a second. I just noticed something that now that it's Saturday, a few days after this actual appearance, I just noticed something. I'm going to rewind a second here. Oh shoot, I'm not sure. And the guy in the background, who was another public defender, said we're coming back on Friday to declare a no doubt or a doubt, which was really interesting, and I'll talk about that in perhaps my next video maybe.
With me on any terms. And Mr. Otero was previously the individual I was who I had been establishing a relationship with, and they've been telling me that he was unavailable, and now here he is in hearing.
If I can just interrupt for 2 seconds, I'm going to be able to save us a lot of time. Okay? I'm very sorry. Your case is assigned to me. Your case is very important.
I realize.
Case that I had to handle.
No worries. No
I'm
worries.
gonna continue to take care of
I
it.
don't
We're
have.
come back on Friday, and we're going to see if we're going to declare the doubt.
Yes.
It's going to happen on Friday.
Well, see, my problem
Yeah, we're
is, as a
prepared.
man, I continually come to appear in this courthouse for charges of which there is no victim, there's no accuser. I have not seen any disclosure. I've not been informed of the cause and nature of anything, and it's becoming. I'm willing to go along with the program and work under your rules. However, when I try to use your rules, they are stuffed in my, like as if they don't apply, but they apply in the. So,
What I wanted to do is give the public center a chance to talk to you more about the case, and decide how to proceed. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you the form you need to fill out if you want to represent yourself. And that's why I want to come back on Friday, so that if you, after talking to the public defender, decide that's not the way to go, you want to represent yourself, and I think you can do that, we can go forward. At the last court case, you said you didn't want to waive your right to a speedy trial, and so I need to move the case along. If you want to waive your right to a speedy trial, then you can move forward. And since you haven't, what I'm going to do is we'll give you the Beretta waiver form. You can fill it out after talking with the public defender. We're going to come back on May 12th, 1:30 p.m. for a pre-trial conference and consider Beretta issues.
Objection, Your Honor. I have no wish to do anything other than move to have a case dismissed on the face of the fact that this is there's plenty of case law
That concludes today's calendar. We're going to set up an appointment, and you're going to meet us at our office.
I'm
and
not
we're
going to be
talk about
heard,
this.
my objection's not going to be heard on the record.
Nope. Say it here.
That's the public
See
defender.
what I'm saying? I try to work with your guys' rules in accordance with your rules.
We're going to set up a
And-
time for you to meet us at the office, but nothing else can happen.
How am I supposed to defend myself if I'm a defendant? I have no defense because a judge enters a not guilty. I'm not trying to be argumentative.
You're not.
But,
You're
but
not.
a judge enters a not guilty plea
You need
for
to
me,
go
appoints
outside.
me
That's
as
all that needs to happen.
counsel. I got you. I realize that.
Sounds good.
I don't want this. I
I
don't.
want this for you, okay?
Hey,
We're going to set up a time.
I had
You're
my
gonna meet us-
wrist broken. I had my truck stolen. $10,000. I'm the injured party here. Period. Okay.
Okay.
And that's going to be the claim that I'll move on. I'm not going to move on a defense until that's dealt with. I never have had it. Okay.
His phone number. I never have
Go ahead
had
and
it.
talk outside. No, it's no big deal. It's just that I was here. Yes. Wow, more. You know how many times I've been here over this stupid thing to have my truck stolen by soldiers with freaking guns? 20 of them? Huh? Yeah, that was like the 12th time I was here for it, and all I've ever said since day one arraignment, I said I want a trial by jury. That's all I've ever said.
I moved your case pretty quickly once I got here.
Okay.
I'll do it again.
Listen, the hearing date.
Mr. Blue, I think you should set an appointment, and maybe you could come to the office when we're all there, and we can all talk to you about the case, or maybe set up a time to talk over the phone. Because something's going to need to happen between now and the next court date. The judge is going to want to know what efforts you made to talk to us and what efforts we made to talk to you. So when can you talk to us?
Listen.
We can't do it right now, but sometime soon you're going to have to talk to us on the phone or in person.
You guys know how there's a record being recorded in there.
Right.
Pretty much all
I
the
just
time.
want to know what.
You guys
day
are
you're
aware
coming.
that there's another record being taken at all times?
What record is that?
You guys don't know. They haven't told you.
I'm gonna make an appointment.
They haven't told you guys.
Please call us. Make it.
Okay, so listen.
He said, please.
The Carol.
Because he don't know.
We had discussed bringing the receipts about my truck and getting
You
it
have
counted.
those yet?
Yep. And that's the thing. I've been sitting there trying to tell these two people that, well, you know, I've been sitting there trying to tell these guys, and these guys are trying to railroad me, and I know it. That's the thing.
You're a very difficult person to deal with, and I've used
He
it
said
all
I'm a
the way
difficult
but it's
person
not
to
gonna
deal
work the rest of it.
Hang on,
So
hang
give me the
on.
receipts and I'll work.
Hang
okay?
on, hang on, hang on.
Your case is
I'm
very
difficult,
hard.
dude. I've had my truck stolen, and I've had my wrist broken, and I have
And I want to
that
get the case
information here
dismissed for
too.
you. So give me the receipts.
It's not. If I'm a
Said I
difficult
wanna get the
individual
case
to
dismissed
be
for
dealt
you.
with,
Give me the receipts quickly.
do you know
because
why?
You need to know that the DA who made that offer is leaving the office this
Well,
week. So I'd like to make that go away.
Listen. The end result of this, I already know what it's gonna be, and it's like,
What do you think is the end result?
I mean, that's for me to know, right?
Alright.
Okay, hang on. I'm just saying, you know, individuals who choose to ignore their moral obligations, I mean, are going to be fully aware that that was a bad decision. Whether it's here or now or then or later, it will. And I know that.
Call me
I got it right here. Dude, you know how long I've been trying to get this to you?
When did you have it?
I have it right here. I mean, I just printed it out. Okay, that's the best I could come up with for now, right? But that was the amount that I had to get it out of this. Okay, there's one. I mean, look, you're here all the time. I got to come back. I got to come all the way down from Mountain View, dude. I have no truck anymore. Huh?
Was there more than 4,400 you paid?
Yeah. It was like almost $10,000 altogether, man. With well, I mean, if you want a photocopy, dude, that was the insurance. Which I mean, obviously, people, you know, I mean, insurance is something that's, you know, well, no. Pulled
The
that out.
4,400 for your tow car is actually all I wanted. That's what I needed.
One freaking place, dude, and that place has a freaking contract with Mountain View Police Department. So that right there is a conflict,
Listen.
what do you call it?
Conflict of interest.
He's
I mean, tell me about it. Man.
he's an attorney.
Like they
He just
don't depend on
admitted
each other, right?
Actually, let's make an appointment right now. Can you come at lunch anytime?
At lunch anytime. What's that mean?
Any day of the week at lunch. Can you come?
They're nervous because they know they keep on.
I mean, I'm anything I do. What's your first name?
Steve.
You don't mind if I call you Steve?
No.
Anything that I'm doing in this is by threats of violence and imprisonment, dude. I mean, like, are you even familiar with this right here? Like, I'm sure you probably are. Right? I mean, listen. I mean, seriously. I mean, that needs to be understood.
Yeah.
That anything that I do is under coercive threat of violence. You know that, right? Okay. Hey, well, man. I mean, for being a defense guy, man, you sure are quick on the fly.
Everybody would walk.
I was trying to give you more receipt shit.
I just needed the 4,400.
Oh, here's for my wrist. Who's gonna pay that? When they broke my
No
wrist.
one's gonna give you this money back. That's not what
They're
this is about.
going
This is
to
about
have
dismissing the
to.
case.
Like there's
Okay.
like I don't mean the officers. I mean, okay, all right.
All right. Anyhow, I'm running out of time on this video, but I'm really running out of time. There's a lot of I got to say about that, which I'll have to do on another video. So anyhow, this is coming to a stop now. Take care.